We fixin' to make this town real smoky.
Tekken 7 left a bitter taste in everybody's mouth when it comes to Fahkumram. Everybody knows Fahkumram was a menace. He was OP in the way that his damage was high. We never had such thing as guard breaks in the way that Fahkumram did it. We never had a character that covered so much range in the neutral and had mixing you up in his normal down forward one mid poke. We never had a character like that. Fahkumram in Tekken 7 was Tekken 8 Season 2 back then. So Fahkumram was just super overtuned, too much aggression, too many mix-ups, way overtuned damage from guard breaks. He had guard breaks. That was like completely new. Like it wasn't completely new, but it was new to be used that much. Like now every second character has a break, which is also a critique. Like I have a big critique point to that. Like not every character needs a guard break. Please leave that out of the characters. It was cool that there was a character that did that and that it was part of their like identity, but it's not cool that it was OP. What I fear in Tekken 8 Season 2 now is that Fahkumram will have an install. We saw that. Also, I think it's kind of stupid that every DLC character has installs. Like literally every DLC character has an install. Less is more. Less characters having installs, better. Giving every character an install, it feels like Tekken 8 is trying to get the hype of 2D fighters. They try to appeal more to the mainstream. Tekken 8 was made to benefit newer players and to attract newer players and to kind of fall into the mainstream case of fighting games. That's why we have like a simpler game plan than in games before. It makes sense, but it's like that's not Tekken anymore, and that's where I can understand that people say it's not Tekken. Like I can totally understand when you say that's not Tekken, but at the same time it is cool to have those, but balance them. That's the problem. Everything is fine if it's correctly balanced. And we kind of drifted away from the Fahkumram topic. But I also wanted to say, I think one part of the hate for Fahkumram is that people don't understand his character. He has a very complex lore, actually. What does very complex mean? It's not complex, it's just he has a lore. And the lore is cool. He has cool lore. His character design is super cool. It's a guy hit by a lightning, being captured by the what was it? Thailandish
government.
I don't know. That's a cool backstory to me, and it's also a cool character design. You can't argue with Fahkumram not being a cool character design, but I think he was just lost in the hate from Tekken 7, and also lost in translation. I think that's also the problem with Shaheen, that people don't understand his language and they don't really get his voice tone. So everything that he says sounds super monotone, and it just seems characterless. Like it seems like it has no character. Fahkumram is the same case. We don't understand the language really, so we don't understand his voice tone. We don't really feel the emotions he has, even though he is a very cool character. They have captured his children and wife and are holding them hostage so that he will do their bidding, right? That's his lord. That's a tragic story, dude. That man is probably furious beyond imagination. The character is cool, but I think he's just lost in the execution how they made it be. I think Fahkumram is cool, and he can be a great installment for Tekken. I think he can even be greater than Bruce, and many people will hate me for that, because I love Bruce. I love Bruce. He's a cool character. But I think that Fahkumram just suits the modern FGC better than Bruce. Bruce would be cool as a fan service for older fans. From the modern standpoint of the FGC, Fahkumram just fits the shoe better. And if they manage to actually like balance him, which I'm sure they won't get it right. I'm scared of it. I don't want to believe it, but it's the most plausible case, going from history, going from what already happened, going from season 2. We can only really count with the worst. And I don't mean it bad. I'm just going from what's the most plausible. Like when you look at what happened in the last few years, it's just what makes more sense seeing that character return. The community will be in shambles again. I'm calling it now. The community will be in shambles again, and we will need another emergency patch as we had in the beginning. It will not be enough, and then everything will just go the same way it already did. And then we just need to hope for a patch. 1 or 2 days ago, like a few days ago, I saw a YouTube short where someone modded Armor King into like a kind of modded version of Tekken 8, and they had Armor King do his stance. Like he has like a stance where he like ducks down. I used to play Armor King, but I was never like super like a specialist. I don't know the name for the stance. But the thing is, he had this stance, and the person just went with what we have seen from Tekken 8 and made him a stance rushdown character by making him go into stance, mix you up, rush you down, go into stance. I fear it's going to be that way. I fear they're going to do that because it's just how Tekken 8 has been developed. It's just how it's been going. It would make total sense for them to keep doing that and also portray it to Armor King. They're probably going to do that, and I fear that because I don't want it to be like that. I want him to be what he has been before, like a pseudo Mishima brawler character with throw mix-ups, like with command throws. That's great. That's cool. He was super unique, and I hope they don't take his uniqueness away and don't make his game plan super stupid. I have a wish for Armor King. He has an electric. I don't know if you know that, but he has like a normal electric. It's called Dark Upper, and it's like the electric if you don't hit the right timing, like just the normal Wind God Fist. My wish is either make it a mid and chip on block and make it safe on block in heat, so that it's like kind of a pushback. You know, like King's where he like pushes you away. I want it to have the same feeling like that. But don't make it OP. Make it consume heat like crazy and make it set up like stuff. That would be so cool. Or make it an electric. Make it an electric during heat and make it eat your heat bar. Like make it consume heat bar for it being an electric. Like when you are playing a Mishima right now, they made it so that if you are in heat, the electric comes out normally. It would be cool. No, I don't mean okay. Someone said we don't need more bear electrics. I don't mean like a bear electric. I mean more like Kings push you away. Not really like I'm gonna chip you down like crazy. I don't mean that. I mean more like a brawler, like I'm gonna keep you in check. But it consumes a whole lot of heat and it's more of a skill expression than a real like bear electric where you can't do anything against it. I mean you can't even parry it. You can't do anything. Bear electric is like it's stupid. Like King's body check. Yeah, exactly. I'm scared they're going to do what they did with Anna, that they're going to give him a debuff.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do a lot of chip damage through fire, and I'm scared of that, and I don't want that. You know his rage drive? It's basically like the spit in your face, right? I'm gonna assume they're going to leave it at that. But he'll be a flamethrower, says someone. Either they're just going to change the particles and it's just going to be fire instead of poison breath, or it's going to be a part of his like kid-like king. But as you said, I don't think he's going to shoot projectiles. I just think it's going to be like poison breath, but more oblivious. He's just going to use it more like unblockable, like Nina does. Like Nina, like you know how Yoshi's poison breath, like it knocks you down and it makes you fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Nina's poison breath, it just stuns you for a while, so that she has like more plus frames. I can imagine that they're going to do it like that. That would be okay. That would be fine for changing it. But I think Armor King is going to have Jaguar Rush too, because now King starts to be on fire. He catches flames. You know what I can imagine? Imagine the animation, like just the animation of his rage drive, where he just like wave dashes at you and then spits in your face and then he's plus. And now imagine from that being plus into a stance transition, and now you are in a 50-50 mix-up.
Exactly.
That's a decision I would expect from Tekken 8. And I'm scared of that because I don't want that. I don't want more forced 50-50 mix-ups. We have enough of that. We gotta stop with that, please. Look at Fahkumram. He counter hits you. Oh, you're in a 50-50 stance mix-up now. Look at Anna. She parries your low. Oh, you're in a 50-50 stance mix-up now. Play the game and guess.
VTEC King has
guaranteed
donated
stuff.
$50
Hey,
and
thanks
says
for
it's
the
tough.
dono. Big dono.
Yo,
VTEC King has donated $50
Dang.
and says it's tough.
Before I go back into my rat cave, I want to say one last thing for the entire Tekken community. Stop hating on one another. It's a fighting game and people take that very personal. And I can understand it. It's another person beating you up and you can't blame anything else but yourself. We are the community that shapes the games we love. Our feedback is what makes the developers see what we think of the game. You shouldn't use your voice, you shouldn't abuse the ability to put your opinion out there to gaslight the developers into making the game something that it shouldn't be. I think we should all come together as a Tekken community and try to fix this game together. Because we are all working towards a greater good, and that's to have the most fun Tekken game we can have.